I'm not saying they don't make an excellent product, but for some reason... How's it going, everybody? It's Dustin here. And on today's video, we're going to discuss, did Royal Purple engine oil almost ruin my dump truck? And it's a question I'm going to ask you. I'm not stating it did. Just going to throw the thoughts out there and see what you all think. So, but first, we're having trouble with the dump truck. In the last auction video, I told you I had some trouble. Starter went out, and it was just me and Delaney. So luckily we were parked kind of on an incline off of a downhill road. So we were able to push it out onto the highway and then give it a little nudge going downhill, pop the clutch, and off we went. So we're gonna pull starter off, get a new starter, replace the battery cable from the solenoid to the starter, and probably go ahead and put a starter solenoid on it. Then everything from the battery to the starter I'll have replaced in the last year or two. So before we get into the oil talk though, let's get this starter taken care of, and we'll go from there. Well, looks like the spigot got a little cold water leak on the radiator. Well, that stinks. Definitely got an oil leak, but we're going to address that whenever we deal with the Royal Purple here in a little bit. Well, that's bad too, my gosh. Okay, well, there's the starter. We'll get it yanked off of there. And yeah, look at that battery cable. That thing is toast. Yeah, gotta get that battery cable changed too. Okay, starter's off. Got the battery cable off, and it was definitely toast. Like toast. The insulation crumbling off of it. It's definitely been hot. The starter solenoid been hot. That nut wouldn't even come off. So yeah, going to town to get a starter solenoid and the stuff to make a battery cable, because I doubt they've got any worth of crap. So we'll be back. Okay, we're back. We got a starter, got a new starter solenoid, and I got a new piece of 1-aught battery cable that I soldered ends on, taped them up. So we're good to go. I'm gonna get underneath here and throw the starter on, and we'll go from there. Good deal. So I've had the truck like 3 or 4 years and it's never turned over that fast. So like I said, I've milked this slow start thing for a couple of years. I replaced the ground wire and it got better. I replaced the hot from the battery to the solenoid and it got better. But gradually it was getting worse. And you all seen the cable going from the solenoid to the starter. It was burnt up. The solenoid was crap. It had gotten really hot on the one end. Probably just wasn't getting enough amps. So we're good to go. That thing cranked over like nobody's business. So to get in the meat and the potatoes of the video, I'm gonna pick up and we're gonna take the truck over to the shop and we're gonna have a discussion about Royal Purple. Okay, we're over here at the shop and I just want to give you all a good listen, just so you know I ain't pulling no voodoo on you. Okay, so right now I'm running Flavor of the Week gas station oil. It's had that leak for a while. Well, longer than I care to admit. Quite a while. Actually, since I put that Royal Purple in. So a few months. And the sad part is all the leak is the drain plug gasket. So I've got it. So a few months ago on video, we serviced the dump truck. And I was so proud of myself for putting Royal Purple in it. And put a Motorcraft filter and Royal Purple oil in it, 10W30, full synthetic, and I was excited. Felt like I was really taking care of the dump truck. I changed the oil right before I went and got that Blazer, and I scrapped that Blazer out, and you can hear, I'll play the video. Each time I readjust, it gets a little better. So we're getting real close to the house. We're going to readjust and see how it works. All right. Because that's a couple inches off, yeah. Okay, we're good. So that video was from when we hauled that green S10 Blazer off to scrap. It wasn't very far away, so I just went and used the dump truck as a wrecker when I went and got it. The whole time I'm gone, I'm freaking out because I can hear the lifters ticking. I mean, you can hear them in that video. They're banging. And I was getting highly annoyed because I had just done a vacuum test and some other stuff on the truck, and everything was great. It was running good. Then I changed the oil, put that in there. I literally made it about 3 miles down the road and it started ticking, and it's getting louder and louder and louder, and you can hear it in that video just banging away. And I was sick, like absolutely sick to my stomach. And I've put off making this video for a while because I was trying to figure out how to way to make this video without blaming Royal Purple, because I'm not saying they've got bad oil, and I'm not saying it's a bad product. I'm just saying I had this experience. Can you guys tell me what you think the deal was? Because that leak developed pretty quick, immediately that leak developed. Well, I didn't notice it for probably 2 weeks, and I went and got that Blazer, and I didn't even use it to haul it off because I was scared of it. So it just kind of sat here. Well, it sat here and leaked. So the next time I drove it, I thought, man, this thing sounds awful. So I went to the gas station, I filled it up with gas, and when I come back out, I noticed the oil dripping. So I pulled the dipstick out, and it was like 2 quarts low. I mean, it's leaking bad, real bad. So I go back in the gas station and I buy just 2 quarts of the cheapest oil they had, because I'm sitting here thinking I got valve train issues anyway. I'm not buying expensive oil. I put 2 quarts, actually it was 15W40 is what they had. So I put 2 quarts of conventional 15W40 in, and within 5 minutes, I thought, I don't hear that lifter tick no more. So I kind of fiddled with it, and it was gone. Lifter tick was gone. And I have to put about a quarter week in if I'm driving it a lot. And I've just been putting gas station 10W30 in it, and it has never come back. No more noise. No noise before I put Royal Purple in. No noise after the Royal Purple. Explain that to me. The only thing I can think of is it's not as too thin. It's 10W30, but I don't know. I thought I had an explanation in my head, but it don't really make any sense when I try and say it out loud. So give me your thoughts. Why did it tick with Royal Purple and it doesn't tick with gas station conventional oil? So while you're thinking about that, let's get this oil fixed. So here's what we're going to fix the oil leak with. We got 2 options. We just went ahead and got a new drain plug too. This is what's in it. It's something like that. If I can make this work, I like this better. It's got a smaller head on it and that looks like a better sealing surface to me. So, okay. So I went with the 9/16 head drain plug. I thought that would, it was a lot easier to get a little 9/16 wrench in there than a 7/8. It's kind of tucked in behind the cross member and stuff. So got the leak fixed. So we'll go ahead and pull the filter off, and we're going to discuss what I'm going with now. So here was the culprit of the leak. That plastic washer just got hard and brittle. Probably a 10-cent part that I should have fixed a long time ago. But anyway, so have you been thinking, what's the problem? Like, why did this lifter tick appear? So this is a 78 Ford 351 modified hydraulic flat tappet lifters. And I know they used to have zinc additive in oil that they don't have anymore, but that's more for initial fire up, break-in. It's not really a deal once you get the motor broke in. And I'm pretty sure I've ran synthetic oil in this truck before with no problems. But I know this oil, like Royal Purple, all that stuff, any oil now is made for new vehicles. And I don't know if they put a little bit of detergent in it. I don't know. I really don't know. But like new 5 liter Fords, the cam phasers are driven off of engine oil for the pressure to adjust the cam phaser for the timing and all that. Well, there's a little bitty orifice going into those cam phasers with a little bitty fine mesh screen. You get dirty oil. That's why doing maintenance on like a 5 liter Ford is imperative, because if not, about 150,000 miles, cam phasers are toast, because that little screen clogs up and it doesn't let oil flow through them. So I don't know if they put like a little bit of detergent to try and help that, but you wouldn't think so. I don't know. Drop me some comments. I'm really kind of puzzled as to why it happened. And I don't really want to try it again to see if it happens again. I don't want to repeat this test. Just curious if anyone else has had this problem. And like I said at the beginning of the video, they make an excellent product. I'm not saying they don't make an excellent product, but for some reason, am I making this up in my head, or what do you all think? Drop me some comments. So, what am I going to now? What kind of oil am I going to run in the dump truck? Well, that is a pretty simple question. I just went back to an old faithful, something I ran for years and years and years, mainly for one reason, and it's going to sound dumb, but mainly for John Force. His advertising was so good on this oil, and I was ate up with drag racing as a kid. I still love it. So, any guesses? White bottle, Castrol GTX conventional 10W30. I ran that same oil for years. Never had any problems. Doesn't mean anything, but that's what I'm going back to. And honestly, I got it at Walmart. I got it at O'Reilly's. Either way, it was cheaper than the cheap brand. It was either at Walmart or at O'Reilly's, and it was on sale, and it was cheaper than the cheap brand. So, no brainer. So, yeah, that's the video. Drop me some comments. I'm really curious as to what you guys' thoughts are on this whole deal. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one.